Ryan will be up there giving evidence against you. If you can't prove that he's lying...
They'll always take the word of a cop's against a hooker's. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. You won't come out of it looking very pretty. I suggest that you plead guilty.
Like hell I will.
Then you can apply for a reduced sentence, maybe even get off with a fine.
No way, you bastard. I know what you want. If I win, you and your mate Stanfield and Ryan will be in real trouble.
If you lose, you'll be in real trouble.
But I am not guilty. I was bloody well framed, and I'm getting up and I'm saying so, and you can tell that to your bloody precious Stanfield. The stupid bastard, telling me to take it lying down. Well, he can shove it.
Now, hang on, what did he say? Maybe you should take his advice.
You gotta be kidding me. I wouldn't take his advice if I were drowning and he was telling me how to float.
Peel might go against her, Bea, and then where would she be?
I tell you where I'd bloody be, stuck in here for God knows how long.
Yeah, but what if it goes okay? You might just cop a fine.
Yeah, and you'd have plenty of money to pay that with the money from the dispatch.
Girls, girls, girls. I have never been mixed up with drugs, and I don't want it on my record. All they've ever copped me for was soliciting.
I do remember a little something about receiving stolen goods.
Oh, yeah, okay, once. But nothing to do with drugs. Once the cops think you're mixed up with that, you've got them on your back for life. Now, I want my slate wiped clean of this one.
Well, fair enough, but I don't like your chances.
Like hell. I'm not giving in that easy.
Bit late. Some of the customers have been asking after you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Greg. Another run-in with that bloody sister-in-law of mine.
Right, things not too hot on the home front, eh?
No. I don't know how much longer I can stomach it.
Well, why not move in here? Got plenty of room. I reckon you and I'd get on real well.
I don't reckon I could afford it, Greg. Take most of me pay.
I wasn't going to take it out of your wages, love.
Oh, he ain't half a naughty boy, ain't he, Mr. Palmer? I don't know what I'm going to do with him.
Reckon I could work that one out for her? Hey, Fred.
Who is it?
Wow! Here I am, come to visit an invalid, and look at you.
Oh, the burns I got were pretty minor. Making the most of my time off work.
Bought you a casserole. Thought you'd be too weak to cook.
Oh, it's terrific. It's still hot.
Warm anyway. I had no idea you lived so far out.
Oh, it's great. I could eat a horse. Come on up.
Okay, the watchdog's gone for a biscuit. Time for a smoko.
I think even a fag would taste rotten at the moment.
Oh, have one of mine. They always taste better when they're someone else's.
Made up your mind what you're going to do, Helen?
I don't see what the hell I can do.
Do you still think the cop that searched your place planted the dope himself?
Well, what do you think? He's going to work for one of Harry Stanfield's companies, isn't he? A nice cushy job in there.
Try telling the judge that.
Oh, it's just not fair. Well, when's life ever been fair to us?
Hey, you know, there could be another good article in this.
How do you mean?
I could write a follow-up to the last one I did on you, giving all the details of the shady goings-on. Show everyone the situation stinks to high heaven.
Who'd believe us?
Once it's in print, it could cause some embarrassment in the right places.
It's better than sitting around doing nothing.
Right. Come on, Bea, get out your pen and paper. You tell the world how this good girl's been done wrong.
Good girl. God, they're never going to believe that.
There you go, Mr. Palmer. Come on.
I don't know about you, Phil, but I would.
Only if she asked nicely, of course.
Oh, yeah. Listen, you travelling salesmen are supposed to see a fair amount of spare stuff, aren't you? Wouldn't be many more as good as that getting around, would there?
I've been trying to pinch her off you. Get her to come with me on a trip.
Hey, mate, hands on. She works for me, all right? You know, she could earn herself a nice bonus. She'd come at a bit of special overtime.
You reckon you could find her something to do after hours, I guess?
Yeah, I reckon I could find her something to do, yeah.
How are you, Phil?
Well, after the other night, what do you reckon?
Do you still want me to come on that trip with you?
Yeah, sure. But I didn't think you wanted to.
Oh, I could change my mind, couldn't I?
Well, I'll make it worth your while. Give you a real good time.
All right. You're on. When do we leave?
Tonight. Can you be ready in time?
Sure.
All right. Pick you up at 7.
Don't say anything to Greg about this, all right? I'm thinking of chucking this job in anyway. I'm sick to death of it.
You could do better for yourself. A girl like you.
On the house.
Till tonight.
Tonight.
You could have at least given me a week's notice, Chrissy. Give me a chance to find somebody to take your place.
Sorry. Something came up real sudden.
Sure we're going to miss you around here. Sure do brighten up the view. A lot of the regulars are going to miss you too.
Oh, they'll survive.
Listen, why don't you change your mind and stick around? After all, we haven't really got to know each other yet, have we?
No. Don't look like we ever will either, does it? Now, can I have my money? I want to get back to Elizabeth.
You realise you're not entitled to any holiday pay, just being casual.
Yeah, I know. Just give me what I've earned.
Sign for it in the book. Just remember, if you ever need a room for the night, this place is residential and very hospitable.
Yeah, well, I'm going away for a while. I'll see how things are when I come back. If I come back. See ya.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yes. Chief Inspector Finlay and Detective Sergeant Lovell.
B11 branch.
That's right. Internal investigation.
All right, I've heard of you. What can I do to help?
We'd like to see Helen Smart.
She suddenly seems to be getting a lot of attention.
We have reason to believe she may be able to help us with an investigation. Can we see her now? We don't have a lot of time.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll get an officer to take you to the interview room. I'll fetch the prisoner.
Thank you.
Hey, I like it. I know you've only just started, but what you've written to now is great.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. It doesn't hit the bastards hard enough. The point I'm trying to get across is just because some cop says you did it, you mustn't. And no one gives a damn about your side of it.
Yeah. Could be a year out of my life, you know, Bea, for something that I didn't even do. And then I'll never be free of it. The cops will see to that. Like I said to the girls, once they bust you on a drug charge, they're with you for life.
Yeah. Well, that's what's got to come across in this. I just hope I made it strong enough.
Don't know what makes them think you're a writer, Smith.
I don't care what they think of me, Mrs. Powell, just as long as I keep getting published.
Oh, well, there'll always be scandal rags to print muck.
Muck! Crooked cops planting dope in her house, harassing her, having her stuck in here so she can be shoved around like dirt. Now that's muck. And she deserves every cent of that $5,000.
Get to work. Not you, Smart. You're wanted.
Of course I am by hundreds of men, but I've got a feeling that's not what you're getting at.
You're already halfway to solitary. What's it going to be?
All right, who wants me?
You'll find that out in the interview room. Move it.
Try to get down everything she says.
Oh, what's this? Not another bloody interrogation.
I'm Chief Inspector Finlay, Miss Smart. This is Detective Sergeant Lovell.
So?
We're investigating your claim that hashish was planted in your flat by a member of the force.
I never said that. I admitted that a friend who used the flat could have left it there.
Please, sit down, Miss Smart. I don't want you to feel intimidated. I'm from B11 branch. We investigate accusations of corruption within the force.
Oh, a lot of good that'll do. You lot are just cover for each other.
I know that's what most people think, but it's not true, believe it or not. B11 branch has brought a lot of corrupt police to justice. You see, I'm an old-fashioned kind of man, Miss Smart. I don't like seeing the whole force being dragged down because of a few rotten cops.
Yeah, well, you just described Ryan.
If he's crooked, we'll nail him, as long as you're ready to cooperate.
What do I have to do?
Just tell us everything about the events leading up to the discovery of the hashish in the flat.
Sounds too good to be true. What have I got to lose, eh? Ask away. I'm ready to sing like a bird.
So you weren't present when they found the hashish?
No. Ryan brought it into the bedroom, waved it under my face, and said that I was in real strife. I swore I didn't know anything about it, but the next thing I knew, I'd been charged and thrown in this dump.
Where you were kept in seclusion?
For over a week. I started talking to myself. God, I can be a boring bitch.
You claimed at the time that the hashish could have been hidden in the flat by friends, without your knowledge.
That was because I wasn't game to come straight out and accuse Ryan of setting me up. I mean, he was really a scary guy, but I'm positive the stuff wasn't there before they came. And who's going to accept my word against his, eh?
You'd be surprised. What you've told us fits in with other things we've been investigating.
About Ryan? I tell you, he's so crooked they'll have to shape his coffin like a boomerang.
You let us worry about Ryan.
Okay, and I'll worry about me. Any chance of me getting out of this dump?
I suggest you apply for bail. We'll arrange for a JP for you and give the bail our recommendation.
Yoo-hoo! How long does it take?
About 24 hours.
Can't be quick enough for my liking. Mrs. Powell, could you please put in an application for bail for me?
We'd like to see Miss Smart get every cooperation in this matter.
Very well.
After applying for bail, you should then lodge a notice of appeal. I'm confident it won't be denied.
Well, thank you, Inspector. You're a real nice guy for a cop.
Well, that's a start anyway. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, thanks again.
I'll get an officer to show you out. You won't forget to sign the book, will you?
We are aware of your rules, Mrs. Powell.
Stop the press!
What for?
Not that press unit, the printing press. I've got headline news.
What sort of news?
All right, Smart, you didn't have to run back here.
Had to tell them all about it. Tell us what?
Yeah, come on.
All right, just tell them, hurry it up and then get back to work.
I'm getting out of here, and I reckon I'm well on the way to being cleared.
What, for real?
How did you manage that?
Ryan's being investigated by a special cop branch. The guy heading it up's a real decent sort of bloke.
A decent cop, that's got to be a new species.
I'm as good as bailed out, just as soon as Mrs. Powell puts in the application.
You've caused enough disruption. Get back to work.
She's just jealous of my voluptuous body. I don't believe this. You've beaten the system and actually got the cops working for you.
Yes, but only because of that first article you wrote about me.
Yeah, you really slugged and won that time, B.
Hey, you helped Helen get out just like you helped me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ah, she's wonderful folks, ain't she?
Nothing to it.
There you go.
Thanks.
With just a bit of imagination, it could be anchored off some beautiful Pacific island.
Oh, my imagination's not that good. All I can smell is paint. At least I don't feel seasick.
Don't tell me you're not a good sailor.
I'm not sure. Haven't done much.
I was relying on you to be my first mate.
If we ever manage the same shifts off.
We have to wangle for a weekend off.
I can imagine what the staff will think of that.
Yeah? You reckon?
Oh, well, you know how people jump to conclusions.
Ah, who cares?
Oh, to be that young again.
At least your husband's not round to jump to the wrong conclusions.
No,
Sorry, Meg, that was a dumb thing to say.
it's all right. Has its compensations. I like living my own life.
Thanks for helping out today. I'm way ahead of schedule now.
It was fun.
And I meant what I said about coming out sailing.
Well, I'll be in it if I find I've got sea legs.
Here's to sea legs.
Sea legs.
Oh, it'll be good to get away from here, won't it, Elizabeth? Start off somewhere new. Just you and me, eh? Get away from that bloody interfering aunt of yours, won't it? Be just like her to come home early and stick her beak in. She's not going to like me taking you away, is she? She'd like to keep you for herself. Well, I won't let her, will I? 'Cause you're Mummy's little girl. Uncle Phil, he's going to come and take us for a nice long ride in the country. Then we're going to dump him. Bloody men. They're only after one thing. But your mum, she's going to do anything she can to make sure you get all the right things. You're going to have the best of everything, you are, no matter what.
All right, just check all of that and then sign for it.
I trust you, Mrs. Powell. I'm sure you haven't pinched a thing.
No back chat, just sign.
Don't you forget that if you ever want a job, you come up and see me. I'll put you in the bargain basement.
Don't be too clever, smart. I don't think we've seen the last of each other. I'd say you'd be back, within the months.
And if I am, Mrs. Powell, at least it'll be for something that I did do, not some trumped-up charge. I don't mind a rest at the government's expense every now and again. I always say that a day on my feet is as good as a vacation.
Oh, where is he? It's all right, lovey. It's all right, darling. Mummy's here.
You ready?
For the last hour. Beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Well, how could I? I've been looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah, well, look, we better get going. My sister-in-law will be back.
All alone, are we?
Yeah.
Let's have one for the ride. And I don't mean a drink.
No, look, she'll be back any minute. Can you put me stuff in the car?
It's true, how much do you need for a few days?
Well, I want to look my best for you, don't I? I bought all my good stuff. Yeah, I won't be a moment.
Well, I haven't got any more, have you? Whose kid's that?
That's Elizabeth. She's me daughter.
Oh. We've got to drop her off somewhere, have we?
What?
Well, you said there's no one home. Who's going to be with the kid?
She's coming with us.
Like hell she is.
Well, she's got to.
Not with me. All I want's a bit of fun. I don't want to be lumbered with some kid.
She won't get in the way.
Look, it's just not on. Get your sister-in-law to mind.
No. Now, look, Phil. I'm going to give you the best time of your life.
Yeah, with some kid looking on?
She won't make no difference. If you don't take her, you don't take me.
You said it. Either get someone to mind the kid or it's all off.
Well, you can stick your bloody trip. You're hopeless in bed anyway. I was only going to put up with you till me and Elizabeth got out of here.
Well, you can go to hell.
I'm nothing but a rotten bastard anyway. Oh, they're all bastards. The whole lot of them.
Do you reckon it's going to be apples for the party?
I hope so. I'm going to buy her a present at 5 time.
Me too. Couldn't sleep a wink last night.
Oh, didn't know you'd get so excited about a party.
I was just thinking about all that lovely booze in the boiler room.
Now, you listen to me, girl. Don't you go drinking yourself stupid like you did last time.
Come off it, Jude. We've got to give the kid a good send-off.
I know that, but we've got to be more careful this time, too. We don't want Po-Face Pal breaking it up, do we?
I can just taste it now. Bloody lovely.
First time I've ever heard you compliment the food in here, Lizzie.
Yeah.
quite nice.
How are you, Mr. Faulkner? You recovered from your accident?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. I'd still like to know how those fire extinguishers can be full of alcohol, though.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's incredible. Maybe that foam's been in there too long and it's gone fermented.
I find that a bit hard to believe, Lizzie.
Yeah, I do too, but I can't see any other explanation.
I can think of one or two.
Do you reckon he knows?
Who cares? They can't prove a damn thing. The main thing is, honey, we still got a lot of booze for our party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, Chrissy. Oh, I mean, I'd like to take you back, but, well, I need a girl I know I can rely on.
Yeah, but you always said how much the customers liked me. You reckoned I brought them in. And you always said you liked me yourself. You reckoned you'd like to get to know me better. Well, now here's your chance.
Well, maybe we can talk it over. Listen, what say you come back here after closing time? Maybe we can have a little chat.
Oh, Greg, that'd be great. I'm really looking forward to it. See ya. Bastard. But it'll be worth it. I'll make sure of that.
About time I got some help. Everything's running far behind this morning.
All right, what do you want the two of them to do?
They can roll the meatballs for lunch. Mix the onions through the mincemeat first.
All right, I know how to make rissoles.
Just get on with it, Birdsworth.
Oh, Mrs. Plow, could you spare a few minutes? It'd be a great help to me if you could just check off the last deliveries against the invoice.
All right, long as it doesn't take too long.
Listen, if we get through here quickly, we can go down to the boiler room and get some booze.
As long as old Poface doesn't hang around.
You got the key?
Oh, of course I have. Look.
Come along, ladies, quickly. We're running late enough as it is. Good heavens, is that all you've done? Oh, that does it. We haven't got time for rissoles now. I'll do a meatloaf and you two get on to the veggies.
Oh, no, we can do it.
Yeah, of course we
Come
can.
on, ladies, I haven't got time to argue.
All right, Mrs. O'Regan, this seems to be in order.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Powell.
What are you up to, Birdsworth?
Oh, I'm just mixing the onions around with this meat, Mrs. Powell.
Well, would you do the vegetables like Mrs. O'Regan said?
Here, what were you doing with Elizabeth just now?
I just gave her a bath.
Well, I could have done it.
You haven't even got dressed yet.
Yeah, well, I'm not in any hurry today. I don't have to go to work till tonight.
Tonight? That's a bit unusual, isn't it?
It's what Greg wants.
Oh, yeah. I still don't think there's any need for you to go slopping around the house in your dressing gown.
Oh, all right. I'll go and get dressed if it'll keep you happy. Fed up to the neck with that bitch. It's all I can do to have to stand to look at her. I'm not staying here another minute. We'll go tonight. The sooner I get out of this dump, the better.
What'd you have to put it in there for?
I didn't put it there. The bloody thing fell in. I told you Mrs. O'Regan made me jump and it just fell out of my hands.
Well, how are we going to get it back?
I just have to pass the word around, and if anyone finds it, they'll have to cough it up.
You're forgetting one thing, aren't you? That meatloaf is going off to the screws, too. Now, what happens if one of them finds it?
Oh, God. I never thought of that.
I'll tell you one thing. I've got to get that key back before it leaves the kitchen.
These are ready to come out.
Oh, I'll help you, Mrs. O'Regan.
Oh, yeah, we don't want you straining yourself.
I reckon I'd be a lot fitter than what you are, Lizzie.
Oh, they look delicious. Yum, yum. Any luck?
No.
I'm just seeing if it's cooked, Mrs. O'Regan.
I'll be the one to decide if it's cooked or not, and it is. Just look at the mess you made of it.
Oh, well, I'll be fine.
Leave it alone. Won't be fit for human consumption.
Well, don't want you to ruin your record.
Mrs. O'Regan! The governor sent to remind you she wants an early lunch today.
Good heavens, I completely forgot. Slice me some meatloaf, will you? Oh, I haven't done any gravy. I haven't time to make the gravy. Should just have to do without. Leave them alone. At least some of them haven't been interfered with.
Oh, well, I'll take it to the governor.
I can manage that, Lizzie.
Oh, no, you don't want to be lugging trays around. That's women's work.
Hardly fitting for an officer of your caliber, eh? What?
That's right.
Everything running behind, and they send me 2 mad women.
Come in.
Mrs. O'Regan apologises, Mrs. Davidson. It slipped her mind that you wanted an early lunch.
Oh, that's quite all right. Just put it on the desk, please, Lizzie. Mr. Faulkner, this is Susan Driscoll's file. It can be kept in reception now till she's going to be released.
Ah, I was just seeing if it was cooked properly.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to catch an early plane in the morning.
To where?
Well, it don't matter, really.
Oh, right. We have a flight to Sydney at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that'll do. It don't go no further than that, does it?
Yes, the plane continues on to Brisbane and then Darwin.
Oh, I'll go to Darwin then.
Right. Of course, you could go to Christchurch, New Zealand at 10 a.m.
No, I'll stick to 7. Darwin will do.
Right. Just one ticket?
I want to nurse my little girl. She's 2.
Right. Single or return?
Oh, single. Never want to come back here again.
Name?
Skinner. Barbara. Yeah, Barbara Skinner.
Right.
I'm going to pay cash, so how much is it?
$298.50, thank you.
1, 2.
I reckon it was the key I struck, Jude.
Yeah,
Probably was. I mean, nobody else said anything about it.
yeah. The screws haven't kicked up a stink. And funny, we haven't heard anything from Dave. Oh, well, maybe she swallowed it.
Well, if she has, it's po-faced pal going to be the one to find it.
Oh, it's nothing to joke about.
I know, love. If they find that still, there's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah. And no booze. She could have choked on it.
What?
She could be dead at her desk.
Don't be stupid, Lizzie.
Oh, I reckon they'll bring back capital punishment for anyone who murdered a prison governor.
Maybe you better go and get that tray, huh?
I don't want to find her dead.
For God's sake, Lizzie. All right, I'll do it. Mrs. O'Regan?
Yes?
I was one. Oh, nothing.
Look at that. Give her a decent meal, and what does she do? Leaves half of it. Didn't she like the meatloaf?
I'm sure she would have, if she hadn't found that one running her fingers through it.
What?
No, I didn't.
Come on, clean it up.
Oh, I just wanted to see if it was cooked properly.
Well, that does it. I refuse to have my work supervised by some bush cook.
Oh, don't be like that, Mrs. O. I always thought that your cooking was bonza.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh, you know, she's always saying how hungry she got in here today. It builds up your appetite, all this work.
Oh, you're revolting. Come on, hurry up, you two. You'll miss your rec period.
Just get going. I'll finish off by myself. Be less trouble in the long run.
For God's sake, don't swallow it.
Oh, not about the bloody teeth.
There'll be the usual complaints about the rosters, but can't please everyone. Mind you, your being away didn't help much. A few of them had to work double shifts.
Sorry.
I take it from these specks of paint in your hair, you weren't exactly flat on your back.
Well, some of the time I was, under my yacht.
Oh, and for that, I reworked the rosters.
You know I'm prepared to do double shifts any time you want me to.
As long as you get the overtime.
You sure got my number, lady.
And don't you forget it.
It's really good that Susie's getting out, isn't it? And legally, too.
Yes, I couldn't be happier.
I hope the women give her a good send-off.
I'll turn a blind eye to that. Susie getting out of here, that's cause for real celebration. Oh, I hope she makes a go of it. Well, most of them are no sooner out than they're back in again.
I see what you mean.
Anyone remember me?
One scene never forgotten.
Oh, I'm not sure how to take that one, but because you're so pretty, I let it pass.
What do you want, Smart?
I bought some presents for the girls to thank them for helping me get out of here.
Okay, just leave them. We'll process them when we get time.
Oh, come on. I want to give them to the girls myself.
You should know better than that.
Ah, yes, regulations and all that. Look, I'm in and out of here so often. What difference does it make?
Won't do much harm.
It is out of the question.
Well, then, can I at least see one of the girls and give the presents to her?
No, it's past visiting time. Besides, I've already told you they have to be processed.
Ah, well, bang go the bloody fancy wrappings. You'll never get them back like that.
And I've got no intention of wasting my time trying. Now, just leave the parcels and get on your way.
Is something wrong, Mrs. Powell?
Oh, Mrs. Davidson, I bought these presents for the girls and I would love to give them to them myself. But Mrs. Powell here says no way.
And Mrs. Powell is quite correct. It's very kind of you, Helen, to bring gifts for the women, but they have to be processed in the usual way. As you know, we've had problems with illicit liquor, and we can't afford to take any chances.
Well, there's nothing like that in here. It's all real innocent stuff.
Well, we'll just have to make certain. But I promise you, I shall personally make sure the women receive the gifts this evening. Mrs. Powell, would you take the parcels from Helen, please?
Try to wrap them up a bit decent when you're finished, will you?
We'll do our very best.
Okay. Thanks, Mrs. Davidson. You come up and see me sometime. I give discounts to the young, pretty ones.
We shall do that as carefully as possible, Mrs. Powell.
Take it easy, Lizzie. God, if you get too smashed, you'll give the whole game away.
Can't say goodbye to our little mate without having a drink.
Yeah, we've only got 2 bottles in between us, a lot of us, so just take it easy.
Yeah, well, you just look at Sue. Isn't she happy and excited?
Well, it's the beginning of a whole new life for her, isn't it?
I hope so.
What do you mean by that?
Well, why wouldn't it be?
Because she's been in and out of institution so long, I just hope she can find her way out there.
Yeah, well, I'll be getting out soon. Maybe I'll be able to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, let's drink to that.
Hey, quick, someone coming. Get rid of that. Pardon the grog. Oh, God, don't tell me the department's bought all those presents for our little mate.
I'm afraid not. They're gifts for all of you from Helen Smart.
Oh, good on
Yeah, I'll say.
Hey, that's yours, Lizzie.
Hey, this is for Susie?
Looks like I got a book.
Yeah, I bet it's 101 ways to go over the wall.
I wonder what's in here.
Oh. What have you got?
They'll keep me warmer, I need those.
Hey, look. It's a book on journalism, isn't it terrific?
What'd you get, Suze?
Oh.
Hold it up.
They're lovely, Susie. You look very smart.
Gosh, you'll be better dressed than most out there now, huh?
This is the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Hello.
Come in. Can I get you a drink?
Ta. Vodka and orange, please.
Real classy. I made arrangements with Harry to look after things down there for me, so we won't be interrupted.
Oh, that's nice.
Put me in a bit of a spot, though, Chrissy.
How do you mean?
Well, it's not normally my policy to take back staff who've run out on me.
Oh, now, Craig. That was a mistake. Spur of the moment decision.
Now you realise you need a job, eh?
Besides, I really liked working here. I liked the people I was working with.
Oh, I liked having you around too, Chrissy, but... well, you weren't always quite as friendly as you could have been. You know what I mean?
I didn't mean to be unfriendly, Greg.
Well, maybe you can make up for it this time.
I'm sure I can.
Hey, Jude. Jude, are you awake?
Yeah, Lizzie?
It was a big party, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
And you know why? Because we're all good mates. That's the most important thing in life, you know.
That's
Good
right.
Mates. I reckon mateship is the most wonderful thing in the world.
Yeah, well, be a good mate then and let me get to sleep, will you?
Sounds like Lizzie's really enjoyed herself.
She still is with that bottle of booze she smuggled into her cell.
I thought you took it all off her.
Ah, there wasn't much left in the bottle, so I thought I'd let her get away with it. She got plenty of time to sleep it off.
Oh, you're terrific, Bea.
No, I'm not. Don't go looking up to someone like me, or any of the rest of the idiots in here.
But you've all been so nice to me.
When you get out of here, you're going to meet decent people. Smart people, smart enough to stay out of here, not like the rest of us galahs.
But you heard what Lizzie said. Well, mates are what matter.
I'm giving it to you straight, Susie. We don't want to see you again.
Why not?
Because you'll be going a different way from now on. You've got to put everything behind you, and that includes us. You've got a lot going for you, kid. Make something of your life, something you can be proud of.
I'll try, Bea. But I'll never forget all of you. I can't.
No, don't forget us, but don't come back again.
Okay, I won't. I promise. You know, I was really stupid. All that time I spent wanting my mum, when I should have been satisfied with friends like you.
Yeah. It's about time we got some sleep. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
God's sake, what are you doing now? What's it bleeding look like? It's not even light yet. Where are you going? Well, now you know, don't you? We're getting away from you. Me and Elizabeth are saying ta-tas, so don't wait up for us, because we're not coming back. Where's Libby? What have you done with her? She's in the taxi waiting. In the taxi? What do you think you're doing? You can't wake up a small child in the middle of the night and just whisk her away. I can do what I bloody well want. She's my kid. You are out of your mind. Now, you listen to me. I'd never let nothing happen to her. Everything I do is for her sake. Do you understand? And she's mine, not yours. I've done more for her than you have. Been more of a mother to her than you all those days you're away working. And who was I working for, eh? Her. That's why you got me into Social Security, wasn't it? You wanted me put back inside so you could have her for yourself. Don't talk bloody rubbish. I'm awake up to you. You've only ever put up with me being here because of Elizabeth. I've had you here because you're my husband's sister and he wanted you here. But you've hated my guts. You would have had me out of here like a shot, but you wanted her for yourself, didn't you? Well, you're not bloody getting her, because we're getting out of here once and for all. You can't take it. You're not fit to be a mother. Leave me alone, Brenda. Get off! Can't leave the state. You're on parole. You should have thought of that before you dobbed me in. I'm not going back to Wentworth. Oh, please, Chrissy, don't go. Please, we can work something out. Okay, stuffed. Hello. I want the police. I want to report that Christine Latham is leaving the state. She's on parole for a murder charge. She's got a little girl with her. You won't let them go, will you? Girl. Oh, Elizabeth, it's going to be great in Darwin. We'll get away from it all, eh? Here, never mind. You can have a nice sleep on the plane. Get down on it, love.
Good morning. There she is.
Christine Latham, we'd like you to come down to the station with us, please. Answer a few questions.
I'll take the trial. No, please. Now, don't be silly. There's no point in upsetting her by being so unpleasant. Mother.
Come on, now, look, you don't want to bring her down to the station with you, do you? Come on, here we go.
Brenda, don't.
Come
no,
on.
please.
I'll take her out to the car. You get the luggage.
No, don't. I'm her mother. She's mine.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing our